Is Avatar's 4 elements in contrast with Magic's 5 colors going to affect the way I should build my pre-release deck? Well, there is still the 10 usual archetypes we see in every limited environment, but when looking over the card pool for this set, I actually don't think sticking to just one of those 10 archetypes is the best idea like it is in most limited environments. So are you saying I should just pick an element and go all in on that and not even worry about the archetypes? Well, I wouldn't exactly do that either. Obviously, Avatar is broken into the 4 elements, but that clearly doesn't fit very cleanly into the color pie of Magic, and that's not exactly how they designed the set. Well, yeah, if Earth is green, water is blue, air is white, and fire is red, what'd they do with black in the set? Well, Fire Nation and firebending in general is actually spread out across both black and red, and you could build firebending in either of those colors without the others, although because they do complement each other, Rakdos does feel very strong in this set. If Fire Nation just has more options because it has 2 colors devoted to it instead of just one, is it just clearly the strongest 2 colors in the set? While I do think it's a really cool design choice as it represents how the Fire Nation controls most of the power and resources at the start of the show and kind of overpowers the other nation, I don't think it necessarily makes them more powerful than the other colors. Okay, so if I do want to put more of an emphasis on one of the 4 elements, it feels like airbending has significantly less support. While airbending does feel like a powerful mechanic, you gotta remember, what's the name of the show? Avatar. No, Avatar was a 2009 sci-fi movie by James Cameron, the full name of the show. Avatar: The Last Airbender. Exactly, because Aang is the last airbender and the rest of them are wiped out at the start of the show, there's just not a lot of other airbending characters they can include in the set, and it definitely feels like it has a lot less support. So is airbending just not that good and I should ignore it for limited? Oh, don't get me wrong, airbending is still a strong mechanic, and there are some good airbending cards, especially if you get lucky with your rares. I could definitely see you supporting one of those other 3 elements with airbending to protect it or clear out opponents' board states. Okay, so how should I build my pre-release deck? Am I ignoring the archetypes? Am I using airbending or not? Should I just pick water, earth, or fire and go all in on that? My overall deck building advice for this weekend's pre-release is this. Either pick earthbending, firebending, or waterbending. This will most likely push you into blue, black, red, or green, depending on most likely the color of the 6-pack in your pre-release kit. Oh yeah, I forgot this pre-release is only including 5 play boosters and a 6-pack that's all in one color. And make your deck largely focused around that. But then pick whatever your second best color is. Maybe it's what you have removal in or just some good rares in, and then start to flesh out the rest of your deck with whatever that archetype is, but don't worry about it too much. And if you have some airbending cards, while I wouldn't recommend fully building around them unless you get really lucky, they are definitely nice support pieces.